بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله. حاولوا مرة ثانية لو سمحتوا. Please try again. الحمد لله رب العالمين وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. يا قاضي الحاجات يا رب. الله يا أرحم الراحمين. أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Can you guys hear me? لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. I don't know why. Maybe because we're doing it on YouTube. بسم الله. خلاص let me cancel the YouTube and see. بسم الله بسم الله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أستغفر الله العظيم وأتوب إليه. أستغفر الله العظيم وأتوب إليه. أستغفر الله العظيم وأتوب إليه. Okay, so with the YouTube issue. ماشي. Okay, anyone waiting? Did Hiba join again? أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه. Okay, all boys, put your video on please so that I can feel I have a class. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Ahmed Ansari, Nabil, put your videos on please. أستغفر الله العظيم وأتوب إليه. Okay. الحمد لله رب العالمين وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا يا أرحم الراحمين. والله teach us what benefit us, increase us in knowledge, in good morals and in good deeds يا رب العالمين. Nabil and Ahmad, can you hear me? Put your videos on أخي. So we, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessings, have reached the 6th section of Aljazariyya, الباب السادس من هذه القصيدة أو المنظومة العظيمة، باب الراءات. Nabil and Ahmad, I'm waiting for you. I have to see your videos يا أخي. I don't know also why the chat window is not there. Can someone chat me?
No, we can't. I tried.
So maybe from the settings I disabled it. Okay, خير إن شاء الله. ماشي. بسم الله. Ahmed Ansari, put your video on أخي. Okay, if someone has anything, you can just unmute yourself. Assalamu alaikum, Hiba, how are you? Unmute yourself, Hiba. Assalamu alaikum, how are you? How's everything? Good to see you. Okay. You don't have to put your video on, Hiba, but you're free. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Still, I cannot hear you. Ahmad Ansari, I cannot see you, أخي. Put your video on and let me hear you. أيوة. Nice, ما شاء الله. ما شاء الله, beautiful face. Nabil, same thing, ما شاء الله. Okay. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Today's class is very important, guys. The section of Ra is extremely important. We already explained the Ra, the makhraj of the Ra, right? And the sifat of the Ra, we mentioned before many times. Today, the main focus, inshallah, will be on when is the Ra heavy and when is the Ra light. When is the Ra heavy and when is the Ra light, okay? Of course, let's try to remember together how Imam Ibn Jazari, rahimahullah, structured his poem. So he started with the introduction, rahimahullah ta'ala. Then you can hear me clearly, right? And after the introduction, he has makharij al-huruf, sifat al-huruf, tajweed section. Then he talked about what? The last section that we just finished, which was the 5th section, was about what? Tafkhim and tarqiq, right? He put focus on tarqiq. And now he is continuing about tarqiq and tafkhim. He's continuing about tarqiq and tafkhim, right? He mentioned before istifal and isti'la. You remember? And we mentioned there in sifat al-huruf in the 3rd section of Aljazariyya, we mentioned about sifat al-huruf, the isti'la letters and the istifal letters, and we mentioned that the result of isti'la is what, ya Sheikh? Everyone unmute yourself. ايه انا طفيته لانه عم يساوي مشكله، ما عم يطلع عندي صدى. So فوتي على الرابط اذا بدك. So everyone unmute yourself so that you can answer quickly, please, because I want interaction. I want you to be focused, and I want to get quick answers. So what is the result of isti'la? Ya Ahmad. Yalla, if someone knows, say. I will change. Sometimes I will mention your name. Sometimes I will just keep it open. So when it is open, just mention the answer if you know it. What is the result of isti'la?
تفخيم.
تفخيم. What's the result of istifal, ya Ahmad? Ahmad, keep your mic unmuted, akhi. Everyone, Duha and Hiba and Hana, everyone, keep your mic unmuted so that you can answer quickly. Or if you have to keep it muted, quick right away and answer. Hana, what's the result of istifal? Tarqiq. Ahmad, can you hear me? Raise your hand if you can hear me, Ahmad.
I hear you.
Okay, keep your mic unmuted when I ask you a question. Okay. He already told us isti'la means the sound is going up to the roof of the mouth, and that will make the letter heavy, fat, right? And the opposite is istifal. And he mentioned the isti'la letters. What are the isti'la letters, ya Duha? Duha, you see, this is why you have to keep the mic on, unless there are kids around you. Okay, if there are no kids around you, keep the mic on so that you answer right away. What are the isti'la letters? خص ضغط قب. You know them, Hiba, right? خص ضغط قب are isti'la letters. Means what, ya Hiba?
Heavy letters.
Heavy letters. Excellent. Now, what about the istifal letters? The istifal letters means they're light, and that's what he said in the last section. He said faraqqiqan, make ترقيق مستفلا من أحرفي وحاذرا تفخيم لفظ الألف. So he's telling us for istifal letters make ترقيق, but beware of making the alif heavy. Means what? After muraqqaq letter. After muraqqaq letter. What does that mean? He's giving an exception. He's telling us not all istifal letters are always light. And he gave us the example of the alif, right? He said, don't make it heavy after a muraqqaq letter. What does that mean? Means after heavy letters, it will be heavy. So the alif is mustafil letter, generally speaking, yet sometimes we make it heavy. That's the first exception. Then in this, also he mentioned the lam, if you remember, he said, وَلَامَ لِلَّهِ لَنَا. He said, make it light. But now we will see in the coming section, which is after this section, which is about lam, he's going to tell you, وَفَخِّمِ اللَّامَ مِنِ اسْمِ اللَّهِ عَنْ فَتْحٍ أَوْ ضَمٍّ كَعَبْدُ اللَّهِ. He's going to tell you the lam should be heavy sometimes. So here's the alif, and here's the lam, and today, in this section, he's talking about the ra. Did you get it, guys? So he's telling you, all istila letters always heavy. We're done with that, right? Now, what about istifal letters? He's telling you, some istifal letters, alif, lam, ra, they are sometimes heavy, even though they are istifal letters. Got it, guys? So this is why here he mentioned the ra section. Do you understand how he's working on his poem? Okay, this is why here he's mentioning what? He's mentioning the ra section. Okay. Bismillah. So this is an introduction, but since the alif, lam, and ra are sometimes heavy, he mentioned their cases of heaviness, and he's continuing in the ra section as well as in the following section to cover those exceptions. Halla, let's take the general, Bismillah, let's take now the general lines of this section. Bismillah, where is it? Yalla. The general lines of this section, guys, as you can see, Al-Bab al-Sadis, the 6th section, Bab al-Ra'at. It's only 3 verses, 41, 42, 43. Bab al-Ra'at. Bab means what, ya Sheikh Nabil?
Section.
Section. Literally, the common meaning of the word Bab is what?
Door.
Door. So, Bab could mean door. Omar Farooq, put your video on, please. All the boys, put your videos on. Bab could mean door. Bab also, he left. Bab also could mean what? Could mean section, could mean chapter, right? For example, if you open Sahih al-Bukhari, you will find what? You will find books, okay? You will find books. So he says, we know Sahih al-Bukhari is kitab, right? But inside Sahih al-Bukhari, you will find the first section, it's called Kitabu Bad'il Wahi. The book of the beginning of revelation. So the word kitab also could mean what? Like a chapter. Then in Kitab Bad'ul Wahi, inside the Kitab of Bad'ul Wahi, you find what? You find Bab. For example, Bab, Qawlihi Ta'ala kada, Bab kada. So the word Bab also could mean what? A subsection. Is that clear? So that you understand in the Hadith sciences. Put your video, Omar, let me see you, please. So that you know, and you know the word Bab. Ar-Ra'at is a plural of what, ya Hiba? Ra'at is a plural of what? Sarah. Ra'at is a plural of what? Sarah, what is Ra'at is a plural of what? Ahmad. Anyone who knows, say it, please.
Ra.
Ra. Ra'at. Right? Ra'at. Yalla, let's take the lines very quickly. And let me start with you with the easy summary of the whole class. even though, brothers and sisters, even though you can take this summary and apply it and just memorize it, I want you to see how we take these rules from the lines of Imam Ibn al-Jazari rahimahullah ta'ala. Okay? So I'm going to start with the summary just to show you that it's easy. Then we're going to go to the details. Omar Farouk, put your video. I still cannot see you. Okay. The ra is heavy. I'm not going to talk about the makhraj a lot. I'm going to mention the makhraj quickly, inshallah, and some main points to pronounce the correct ra, even though I explained this in details before. But I'm going to make it a quick revision. Then we're going to go to the details. The ra is heavy in 8 cases. In Arabic, heavy in 8 cases and light in 4 and optional in 2. Who can repeat? One of our teachers in high school, I love his class so much because only attending his class will make me memorize and learn the lesson by heart. I don't have to study it because he explains it, mashallah, in a very good way, and he asks questions, etc. So you don't need to do a lot of work, really. You just need to take some notes. So this is what I want you to get, guys. Omar Farouk, can you hear me? Still, I cannot see your video. I want to see your video, akhi. Yalla, who can repeat? One more time. The ra is heavy in 8 cases, light in 4, optional in 2. Yalla ya Ahmad. Heavy in how many cases? Heavy in how many cases?
8.
Ahmad, can you hear me, ya Ahmad? Keep your mic unmuted, ya akhi. How many cases is the ra heavy? In how many cases? Nabil? In how many cases is the ra heavy, Nabil?
Sorry, Sheikh. 8 cases the ra is heavy.
And light?
4,
And optional?
2.
Okay, bismillah. Let's take the heavy cases, guys. If the ra has fatha or sakina preceded by fatha, or sakina preceded by sakin other than the ya, preceded by fatha. These are 3 cases. Yalla, who's going to repeat? Yalla, Duha, repeat those cases, please. Guys, the ra, not all of you, most of you, when you're reading, you still have some issues with the ra. Sometimes I ask you, it's sakina, it has kasra before it, after it, and you're a little bit confused. So you have to master them because we repeated them a lot. Yalla ya Duha, tell me the first 3 cases.
Ra with fatha.
Ra with fatha, rabb, rabb. For example, rabb. Okay.
Ra sakina preceded by fatha.
Sakina preceded by fatha. Like what? Maryam, Maryam, Maryam. We don't say, as we say in our slang in Syria, we say Maryam, Maryam, Maryam. Oh, it should be Maryam, Maryam, right? What is the third case?
Sakina preceded by sakin letter preceded by fatha other than the ya.
Say it again.
Sakina preceded by a sakin letter other than the ya.
That's only preceded by fatha. So sakina preceded by sakin letter other than the ya, preceded by fatha. Like what? Al-Fajr, Al-Asr, right? Al-Asr, Al-Fajr, Al-Qadr, sakin, fatha. And this sakin in the middle is not a ya, because if it's a ya, it will be light. Okay? So these are first 3 cases. Very easy. Fatha, sakin, and fatha before it. Sakina, other than ya, fatha before it. These are 3 cases. Now, 3 more cases about the dhamma without any exception. If the ra has dhamma, ru, ruji'u, ruh. And here there's a very important point, guys. I want you to write it down. When the ra has a shadda, we ignore the shadda and just consider the haraka that accompanies the shadda. Why is this important? Because we have some, mashallah, non-smart people nowadays. They're coming and they're telling you, they're just making like new inventions in qira'ah and in the recitation. They're telling you if the ra has shadda, it depends on the haraka, and it depends, for example, yas'alunaka, for example, mir rabbi, you would say mirra. You will like separate the shadda, okay, and you would say mirra. You see, you make the first ra light and the second heavy. You say mirra, which is something, subhanallah, is artificial, is difficult, is not mentioned at all in the books of the reliable tajweed scholars, and we never read it this way to our sheikh. So this is really a way that is it doesn't make any sense. So when you see shadda in the ra rules, you ignore the shadda, you just focus on the haraka. For example, يسألونك عن الروح, عن الروح. What is the haraka of the ra here, ya Hana? عن الروح, as here الروح, for example, it's a dhamma, right? As you can see. So khalas, I just consider dhamma. I don't say shadda, sukoon, then, or there's a kasra before it, like this, anir. So I have to, so there's kasra, okay, and here kasra, so I should say ani, nir, aniru. I make the first ra light, then the second heavy, aniru. That doesn't make any sense, okay? Tajweed is to make your reading easier, not to make it just like the ikhfa shafawi and the qalb issue, okay? So that is not how it should be. So let's come back. Ra with dhamma, like ruh, like this example, okay? Ra sakina preceded by dhamma, like murshid, for example, okay? Murdi', for example. Sakina preceded by sakin, preceded by dhamma, like khusr. And another point here, if you stop on the ra, let's also add this. If you stop on the ra, you should treat it how? Treat it based on sukoon, right? If you stop, khalas, when I stop on it, it has sukoon, okay, I treat it according to the sukoon. I say it has sukoon, and based on that, I see the root. If I connect it, for example, with a haraka, okay, then let's take an example, and this example will come, for example, فَكَيْفَ كَانَ عَذَابِي وَنُذُرِ Nudhur, for example. You can see this example, nudhur. Who knows how to connect this word with the next ayah? Let's say وَنُذُرِ, then what? Who knows the ayah after that? وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا, right? So here what do we have? Dhamma, right? So here, if I'm gonna stop on this word nudhur, what should I say? Who's there? Sarah. What should I say? How should I make it? Heavy or light? Mustafa and Umar Farooq, open your videos. I have to see you. I have to feel that I have students with me. Sarah.
You make it heavy.
Heavy, how?
نذور.
Very good. Why? Because it has sukun when I stop, right? What if I connect, ya Sheikh Mustafa?
نذري ولقد.
Nudhuri, right? You made it light, right? You see Umar Farooq, mashallah. Now people take a lesson from you that even when you're in the car, you're careful to attend the class. See, this is a plus for you, mashallah. Okay, so nudhuri, right guys? Nudhuri walaqad. So if I stop, I treat it with sukun. If I connect, I look at the haraka. And from here, you learn the mistake of some people who come and say nudhur because there is a ya that is dropped, okay, here. Originally there is a ya and we dropped it, or because in connection it has a kasra, so we have to make it light. We say nudhur, nudhur, and that also doesn't make sense. In the qira'ah, we did not read it this way, and the scholars of tajweed, the ancient scholars, they never mentioned something like this. Okay, now let's come back to let's continue now. So dhamma, sakin, preceded by dhamma, sakin, sakin, dhamma. These are 6 cases of the ra. Is there any difficulty in these 6 cases? They're very easy, right? Okay. Okay, I want to see all those who have the videos on, to see them together. Not, I don't have to move on. So I should hide non-video participants, right? Where is that? Where they have that option about hiding non-video participants? I know there's such an option.
Settings and then meeting. It's the gear in the top.
I have to go to settings.
Yeah, there's a small gear near the top of the screen.
Is it the 3 dots? Or other than the 3 dots?
مكتوب عندك more.
More? More.
في
Disable
hide
participants. Hide video panel.
hide non-video participant.
When hide? I don't see it.
I have it. Hide non-video participation.
أيوة. I don't have this one here. I don't know why it's not appearing to me. ماشي خير إن شاء الله, no problem. Okay. Let's see this way. Okay, this way. Okay, ماشي خير إن شاء الله, no problem. I have to keep going up and down. ماشي. So these are the 6 cases of the heavy ra, guys. يلا, I want someone to summarize them. يلا. Who will volunteer? يلا, quickly. No volunteers? ما شاء الله. الحمد لله, we have. يلا يا شيخ, save them. يلا يا شيخ نبيل. You unmuted yourself.
That was an accident, Sheikh.
يلا, go ahead.
Ra with fatha, ra sakin, preceded by fatha.
Ra sakina, not sakin.
Okay, ra sakina preceded by fatha, and then ra sakina preceded by another sakina letter that is not yet preceded by fatha.
Very good.
And then the
يلا,
same thing goes for dhamma.
Same thing with dhamma. خلاص. No need to say them. Now, 2 more cases. The first one, ra sakina preceded by an original kasra, okay, or just any kasra. Ra sakina preceded by kasra, followed by an isti'la letter that has no kasra. One more time. Ra sakina preceded by kasra, followed by an isti'la letter that has no kasra. How many words we have for this, Ya Hana? Yesterday I told you, I think. In the whole Quran we have 6 words. What are they? three words that are similar. إرصاد مرصاد لبي المرصاد. And what are the other three, يا هنا? Quickly.
فرقة, قرطاس, and فرق if you stop on it.
Okay. فرقة, قرطاس, and if you stop on فرق, if you stop on it, because if you stop on فرق, that's قاف ساكنة, it's استعلاء and it doesn't have a kasra. So these are the only 6 words in the Quran that cover this 7th case of the heavy ra. Sakin, sakina preceded by kasra, any kasra, followed by an istila letter that has no kasra. Okay. The last case is what? The last case, the 8th case of the heavy ra is what? Sakina preceded by connected non-original kasra, connected non-original kasra, and in this, for this case we have what? Connected non-original kasra. Who can give me the example for that? Yalla Mustafa, yalla habibi. You want to learn Shu'ba, dude? Yalla.
What was the case? What was the case again?
See, I caught you. Sakina, you keep following. Everyone keep following. Sakina preceded by a connected non-original kasra. Connected non-original kasra means in one word.
Was it?
Someone wants to save him, save him. Huh?
Was that Misra? Misr?
Hamza.
Was Amir Tabu one of them?
Say it.
Amir Tabu.
Forget about irtabu.
Okay.
Irtabu. The kasra in irtabu. The kasra in irtabu. Is it original or non-original? Huh?
It's Hamza al-Wasl, right?
It's not original because the whole hamza is not original. It's hamza al-wasl, right? This is irtabu, right? So irtabu, this is ra sakina preceded by non-original kasra, which is connected with it. Means it's in one word. Did you get that? Irji'u, right? Irtabu, right? Irtada, right? Now, another case, which is under this case also, under the 8th case, if it is sakina preceded by a disconnected kasra. This is, guys, after a lot of reflection on this point, I see this is the best way to phrase it, inshallah. Example, example, الذي ارتضى, okay? And another example, let's say Amir Tabu. Let's take Amir Tabu if we're connecting it. Okay, guys, focus with me here, please. Let's take the first one. And by the way, this phrasing is not mine, is Imam Shatibi's. Okay. If I say irtada, we're done with it. It's ra sakina preceded by non-original kasra, which is connected with it, means in one word. Is that clear? If you have a question, unmute yourself and speak, because the chat is not working. Now, if I say alladhi irtada, if I say alladhi irtada, look at it. What is after? What's before the ra here in this case? If I'm saying alladhi irtada, is the ra sakina? Yes. What is before the ra? Is it non-original kasra? It's not non-original kasra. It's not non-original kasra. It is an original kasra. The kasra of the dal is an original kasra. And this is why I said one time, if we say ra sakina preceded by non-original kasra, we only say this, that's not right. Because here, the ra is sakina preceded by an original kasra, still we make it heavy. Why? if we have ra sakina preceded by an original kasra, okay, and not followed by an isti'la letter, not followed by an isti'la letter, like Fir'aun, will the ra be heavy or light? Like Fir'aun. What do you think, guys? Fir'aun. This kasra is original, right or no? Fir'aun. Yes. And this kasra here of the dal is original, right or no? Yes.
Yes.
The ra here is sakina, the ra here is sakina. After the ra here we have no isti'la letter, and here we have no isti'la letter. But in the first case we make the ra heavy, but in the second case Fir'aun we make the ra light. Yalla, who can explain to me why?
They should be in the same word.
Aywa, barakallah fik. So the difference is here the ra sakina preceded by a kasra. Just you don't have to say original or not original. Just you say separated kasra. And why I'm not saying original or not original? Because take this word amir tabu. Amir tabu. Is the kasra of the meme here, ya sister Duha? Is the kasra of the meme here original or non-original?
It's original.
It's original. So this word is usually ami. You always say ami, or it's am lam ya'rifu rasulahum. It is it's not ami. And we made it kasra to avoid the two consecutive sukoons. Just like liman irtada. Okay? Liman irtada. Same thing, liman irtada. So these, I don't know why sometimes with some lines they don't show the full harakat. The full harakat don't appear. Okay. Bismillah. So what did I say? This kasra is non-original, yeah, sister. Okay. The kasra of the meme here is non-original. Okay, this is better. This kasra is not original, and this kasra of the meme is not original because the meme and the noon here they have sukoon, and we made kasra to avoid the two consecutive sukoons, right, ya Sheikh Mustafa? So the kasra here is not original, yet it doesn't matter as long as there's a ra sakina preceded by a kasra in a separated word. This means we're going to make the ra what? Heavy. Got it? So the summary, who can summarize for me the eighth case? The eighth case. Yalla. Yalla ya. No one? La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Is it math? Yalla, who's going to summarize? No one? Okay, I'm going to ask every single one of you to summarize this point. Yalla, start, Sarah.
If there's a raw sakina preceded by a disconnected kasra or a connected non-original kasra.
That's it. Barakallah fiki. Hana.
Ra sakina preceded by original kasra when it's connected, or a
Yalla, Ahmad. We need a whole transaction, ya Ahmad, to unmute your mic. Umar, until he unmutes his mic. Yalla, ya Umar. Ahmad, unmute. Start the process of unmuting your mic. Don't make istikhara. Just say Bismillah and unmute. Yalla. Umar. Yalla, ya Umar.
Sheikh, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Can we just say if the ra is preceded by a hamzatul wasl, then it's going to be heavy?
That is just coming in my mind that is just came in my mind, and I want to say it, but I'm thinking it. I said it before. I don't know if I said it to you or to another student, but I'm thinking it over. Okay, so I'm gonna for now use the word of Imam Shatibi, which is safer. But, and this is a smart question. Did I tell you this, or who did I tell this?
Yeah, you
to?
told me this because I had it written down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I say Ra Sakina preceded by Hamzat al-Wasl, okay, we have how many options we have for the haraka of that Hamzat al-Wasl? How many options? Of course, here we're talking about verbs, right?
2.
What are they? Kasra or Dhamma, right? Right? Even if it's a noun, whether this word is a verb or a noun, Hamzat al-Wasl must have either Kasra or Dhamma if it has a Ra after it, right? If it has Dhamma, we already know it is heavy, right? Right or no? Now, if it has Kasra, if Hamzat al-Wasl has Kasra, and it's non-original, also it will be, the Ra will be heavy, right? But why I'm saying, why we need to say this detail, ya Sheikh Nabil? Because we're talking based on the connection, okay? So when I say alladhi irtada, I'm not looking at Hamzat al-Wasl. I'm looking at what is the last letter I'm pronouncing before Hamzat al-Wasl. In this case, it's the Dal, and it has a kasra in a separate word. So I say, okay, it is heavy. But if I say, whenever you see a Ra that preceded by Hamzat al-Wasl, make that Ra heavy. That will be correct. Because in all of these cases, whether you start that word irtada, irji'u, irsada, no, irsada is Hamzat qata, irtada, okay, etc. All of those verbs, the Ra will be heavy. And if we connect it with something before it, same thing, the Ra will be heavy. So we can use either of them, okay? And I hope, inshallah, there's nothing that prevented the scholars from phrasing it this way. Mashi. Yalla, let's continue. Hiba, yalla ya Hiba. Can you summarize the 8th case? Or shall I come back to you? Yalla ya Hiba. Come back to you?
Yeah.
Mustafa. Yalla ya Mustafa.
Ra Sakina preceded by a non-original separated Kasra.
No, that's not what we said, dude. One more time, try. Think it over.
Ra Sakina preceded by a separated Kasra.
Separated kasra, regardless, original or non-original, or connected non-original kasra. Got it?
Connected non-original Kasra.
Got it? Yalla. Yalla. Duha.
A Ra Sakina preceded by a disconnected Kasra, or a Ra Sakina preceded by a connected non-original Kasra.
Okay, great. Barakallah fikum. Ahmad. Yalla, Ahmad and Umar and Hiba. Yalla, guys. وحنان آخر شيء إذا بدك. يلا أحمد.
A noon second separated by Kasra, or a noon second separated by non-original.
One more time.
نون ساكنة separated by كسر.
راء ساكنة يا أحمد راء.
راء ساكنة separated by كسر, or راء ساكنة separated by non-general.
راء ساكنة preceded by a separated kasra, or preceded by connected non-original kasra. Got it? يلا. عمر يلا عمر. After عمر هبة. يلا يا عمر. Omar, you're enjoying the natural scenes around you, or you're focusing?
What?
Yalla, repeat the rule for me.
The Ra Sakina?
I
don't know.
Okay, keep following. Look at the keep focus on the video. I know the scenes around you might be more
Because it
beautiful.
moved.
Yalla, Hiba.
Ra Sakina preceded by a disconnected original kasra.
This disconnected, yeah, Hiba. Look here, the kasra of the noon here is not original. The meme here is not original. Here it is original. So when it is separated, it doesn't matter. So we just say kasra, okay?
Okay. And
Or
Ra Sakina preceded by a non-original.
connected kasra. Got it? Like here, irtada. يلا حنان. تدري؟ لا عم تحكي من تحت؟ ماشي. اوكي. يلا تفضلي انسي ام علي.
Ra Sakina preceded by connected non-original kasra or separated kasra.
تمام. How did you learn it, sister Suha?
Originally, I know that it's
just non-original kasra, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think this is more precise, right?
Yes, it's gonna take a little bit time to sink it in a little bit.
Yeah, but if we just say
Mm.
sakina preceded by non-original kasra, that's not precise.
No, that's not going to be enough. Yeah, it's going to be confusing.
Yeah, or it will be enough based on the writing. Okay, that will be enough based on the writing. So if we say Imam Ibn Jazari rahimahullah, he is talking about that. Okay, Nabil, and from here we can take the word of Imam Ibn Jazari. If we take it literally, we can apply what we're saying. That he said, أو كانت الكسرة ليست أصلا. If the kasra is not original, خلاص, means the ra has hamzat wasl before it. خلاص.
Yes.
So that's, we can understand it that way. But if we explain, it will be better, inshallah. ماشي. So still the word of Imam al-Jazari يعني is correct, inshallah. يعني nothing wrong with it. But it needs some يعني details. Okay, alhamdulillah. So we're done now with the 8 heavy cases. Okay, with the 8 heavy cases. Now the light cases, if the ra has kasra, it's always light. Number 2, ra sakina preceded by original kasra, original kasra, and not followed by an isti'la letter. Fir'aun, sakina, like here, preceded by an original kasra. Why I'm saying original here? Because if it's not original, it will be heavy. So I have to say original. Not followed by an isti'la letter. So sakina, has kasra. Or sakina and has kasra before it. That kasra is original and not followed by isti'la. Third case, sakina preceded by ya'ul lin. You remember when we said about the fatha? Sakin, fatha. Remember we said sakin, fatha. What did we say? What was the exception there? We said that sakin in the middle is not a ya, because if it is a ya, it became ya'ul lin. Khair, right? It became ya'ul lin. Khair, sakin preceded by ya, sakina preceded by fatha. This ya is called what? Ya'ul lin. Khair. So if the ra sakina preceded by ya'ul lin, it's light. And we take this from the exception from the heavy cases. The fourth case in which the ra is light is what? What is that case? Sakin, kasra. One more time. Kasra. Sakin and kasra before it. Kasra asliya and not followed by isti'la. Now, sakin, kasra. Again, here we have to put a condition. What is the condition here? Who knows? Sakin, kasra. Who knows the condition here for this case? This kasra in the middle should not be what?
Isti'la. It should be light. Heavy.
Should not be an isti'la letter. So sakin, kasra, but this sakin in the middle should not be an isti'la. Example, hijr. right? قدر, right? قدر, okay? ساكن كسرة. Because if the sakin in the middle is an istila, then it is optional, and we will come to this at the end. So again, the kasra case is very easy, guys. Kasra, sakin, and has kasra before it, and that kasra should be original and not followed by an istila. And sakin kasra, and this sakin in the middle is not istila. That's it. And the fourth one, ra sakin, preceded by ya ullin. Got it? Finally, there are two cases in which the ra is optional. We take those two cases also from there. Imam Ibn Jazari said one of them, وَالْخُلْفُ فِي فِرْقٍ لِكَسْرٍ يُوجَدُ. We said if the ra has sukun preceded by an original kasra, like fir'aun, we said it should not be followed by an istila letter. Well, if it is followed by an istila letter, is it heavy or light? Are you focused, guys?
It depends on what's on the استعلاء.
أيوة, barakallah fiki. We said in the heavy cases, if it's sakin preceded by original kasra, sakin preceded by kasra, followed by an istila letter that has no kasra, then it's heavy. Well, if it has a kasra, then it's optional. So we have two cases only where the ra is optional, means you can make it heavy, you can make it light. Some Arabs make it heavy, some Arabs make it light. If the ra has sukun preceded by kasra, followed by an istila letter that has no kasra, it's heavy. If it has a kasra, then it is optional, and there is only one word in the whole Quran, فَانْفَلَقَ فَكَانَ كُلُّ فِرْقٍ. So we make it heavy or light. We could say فِرْقٍ كَالطَّوْدِ, or فِرْقٍ or فِرْقٍ, either heavy or light. The second optional case is what? If the ra has sukun preceded by an istila letter that is sakin preceded by kasra. And we have only two words in the entire Quran, Misr and Al-Qitr. Misr and Al-Qitr. So we could say Udkhulu Misr or Udkhulu Misr. The Al-Qitr, Ayn Al-Qitr or Ayn Al-Qitr. Ayn Al-Qitr. Did you get that? Any question so far? So this is the summary. This is the summary. We will go to the details and see how Imam Al-Jazari summarized these rules in these 3 lines, and he added another note at the end. And we're going to see the pictures and take some examples, and I want you to practice these rules. And we're going to mention also how we make the ra heavy, how we make it light, what makes the ra heavy, what makes it light. Any question, guys, about anything we mentioned today? Any question? Okay, who can summarize for me the last 2 cases, or one of the 2 optional cases? Yalla. One of the 2 optional cases. Yalla ya Sheikh Mustafa, are you still there? I'm afraid one of the boys will put his video and go watch a movie. Yalla Mustafa, is the movie done?
Sheikh, no. I'm right here.
Yalla, so give me one of the 2 optional cases, ya Habibi.
We have ra sakina preceded by another sakin letter, which is ista'la, which is preceded by a original kasra.
What are the 2 words that exemplify that?
Misr and Qitr.
Al-Qitr. Okay, barakallah fik. Yalla, who can tell me the second case in which the ra is optional? Yalla, one of the sisters. يلا يا هنا.
را ساكنة preceded by كسرة followed by استعلاء with كسرة.
Got it, guys? And the only word for that is what? فرقٍ. When we connect it. If we stop on فرقٍ, it becomes an استعلاء letter that doesn't have a كسرة, so it will be heavy. If you stop on it, فكان كل فرق. Okay? Now there is a point, I'm going to mention it later. Again, some people say that if you stop on مصر, you're going to make it heavy. And if you stop on القطر, you're going to make it light. Because مصر, it is مصرة. It originally has fatha. And القطر, because it originally has kasra, so it's القطري. So you make it light when you stop. This is only a choice that you can make. Okay? But the rule is that the ra in these two words is optional. Whatever you do is correct. So that's to understand. Some people say, no, Imam Ibn Jazari said you have to make it here heavy and there light because the haraka here originally is fatha and there is kasra. We say he didn't say that. He said he chooses to apply this option. So it doesn't mean the other option is wrong. Any question, guys, about anything we mentioned today? Okay, so inshallah, the ra section should be very easy. And I am working to summarize it and to prepare the whole handout for it so that you don't have to worry about anything. And you just have to study those 10 or 15 pages. They're 15 pages because I have not edited them. So there'll be about 10 pages with the pictures and everything and the examples, inshallah. Next class, we will explain the lines line by line and cover every single thing in details, inshallah, and re-explain the cases. Let's go over them so that the video also, those who are not very advanced, they can benefit from the example. Now you can see my screen full, right, guys? Yalla, let me go with you over the cases before we close. So we have 3 more minutes. Let's just go over them with examples. I'm going to go over them with examples. And next time we continue, inshallah. So, Bismillah. So the ra should be heavy in 8 cases. If the ra has fatha, Ramadan, Ramadan, Rama, Da, Ramadan. Second case, if the ra has sukoon and preceded by a letter with fatha, Maryam, Ma, the meme is light, huh? Maryam, Maryam. The third, if the ra has sukoon and is preceded by a letter with sukoon, except for the ya, and that letter is preceded by a letter with fatha. Wal asr, wal asr, wal asr. Excuse me. Fourth case, if the ra has dhamma, kafaru, kafaru. Next, if the ra has sukoon and is preceded by a letter with dhamma, al-qur, huh? Quran, al-Quran, al-Quran. Okay. If the ra has sukoon and is preceded by a letter with sukoon, and that letter is preceded by a letter with dhamma, khusr, khusr, khusr. Number 7, if the ra has sukoon and is preceded by a letter with kasra. Okay, I didn't say here original or non-original because it doesn't matter. And is followed by an istila letter that doesn't have a kasra. And we have only 5 words in the Quran, and let's make them 6 words in the whole Quran, in the Holy Quran, that exemplify this rule. Mirsada, irsada, labil mirsad, firqa, qirtas, and what is the 6th? Firq, when you stop on it. I already mentioned it here. And 1 word in the waqf, okay, mashi. Let's just say 6 words and 1 word in the, and let's say, and in the case of waqf, and in the case of waqf stopping, we have firq. Number 8, if the ra has sukoon and is preceded by a non-original kasra, that kasra of hamzat al-wasl, the kasra of hamzat al-wasl. So let's say here, if the ra has sukoon and is preceded by what? What did we say, ya Sheikh? Ya Sheikh? Ya Sheikh Nabil? If the ra has sukoon and is preceded by hamzatul wasl, okay? So there I said, originally I said, if it is preceded by non-original kasra, which is the kasra of hamzat wasl or the kasra that is before hamzat wasl. So that's the way I phrased it before. And it is right. But the way which is maybe better, if the ra has sukoon and is preceded by hamzatul wasl, okay, by hamzatul wasl, then we can say here, we can say whether or let's say in other words, if the ra is sakina and preceded by a connected non, or let's say whether the ra is correctly like this, whether the ra is sakin and preceded by a connected non-original kasra or a disconnected kasra. And let's put the examples here right away so that they are understood, and they are already here. الذي ارتضى. Okay, this is just disconnected kasra, and which is original. And let's take the non-original, which is am yartabu. Okay, here you have, as you can see, am yartabu, non-original kasra, and here alladhi, original kasra, both of them disconnected kasra. Okay, and here whether the ra is preceded by a connected non-original kasra, let's take irjo, for example. Ya Ammo, Bismillah. Okay, so whether we pronounce that kasra or we pronounce a kasra that's before it, mashi. We summarize. In other words, when the ra sakin is preceded by hamzat al-wasl that has a kasra, it is always heavy, even if hamzat al-wasl is dropped. You see, guys, in other words, okay, that's in other words. In other words, when the ra sakina, when the ra is mashi, when the ra sakina is preceded by hamzat al-wasl, we don't have to say that has a kasra, right? Why, ya Sheikh? Because even if it has a dhamma, it's still heavy. So when the ra sakina preceded by hamzat al-wasl, it is always heavy, even if hamzat al-wasl is dropped. Guys, did you see that? Okay, alhamdulillah. And if the kasra of the dha, as if the kasra of the dha replaced hamzat al-wasl, okay, we don't need that. Khalas, we explained it. Tamam. So the ra sakina and preceded by hamzat al-wasl, which is dropped, and that hamza is preceded by a letter with an original kasra. So the ra will be heavy when it is sakin and preceded by hamzat al-wasl that has a kasra, and hamzat al-wasl is preceded by a kasra, whether that kasra is original or not. Okay. So this is a good point here to mention that is original or not. Let's add it in different words. We don't need this. So the ra will be heavy when it is sakina and is preceded by hamzat al-wasl. Also, we don't need that has a kasra. And that hamza is preceded by a kasra, whether that kasra is original or not. Also, okay, this addition also here is also so that it doesn't confuse you. We already explained it here. Huh? We just said disconnected. And you can say here original or non-original, it doesn't matter. And if we say this, then we don't need all this line again. خلاص. Clear, guys? Any question? Any suggestion? Okay, alhamdulillah. So these are the heavy cases. And here Imam al-Shatibi rahimahullah explained it in another way. He said, ثم كان الأظهر أن يقول, he said, it was better for Imam Ibn al-Jazari to say, instead of saying أو كانت الكسرة ليست أصلا, it was better to say أو كانت الكسرة أصلا ووصلا. أو كانت الكسرة أصلا ووصلا. I'm going to explain this to you later, and this is what he meant. أو كانت الكسرة أصلا ووصلا. Okay? We're going to explain this, and this is what he meant. At the end of the day, what we explain means either disconnected, regardless whether it's original or non-original, or connected and non-original. Okay. Now the cases in which the ra is light, 4 cases. If the ra has kasra, kareem, rih. Before that, let me summarize for you what I combined the 8 cases in one sentence or in one phrase. رجع المرجع العصر. رجع المرجع العصر. This is not in the Quran. I just put these words together. رجع المرجع العصر ورؤي المرشد الظهر ارجعوا بالمرصاد. These are 8 words that exemplify the 8 heavy cases. Now the cases in which the ra is light, kareem, the first case, the ra has kasra. Rih, في الرقاب, see also the shadda, same thing. Shadda with kasra or kasra, same thing. في الرقاب. We have an exception about majraha because the alif here is mumala, so the ra will become light. We don't say majreha, no. We say majreha, majreha. Okay, because the alif will be light in that case, and consequently the ra will be light. Second case, if the ra has sukoon preceded by an original kasra and not followed by an isti'la letter. Okay, preceded by an original kasra. It has to be original, because if it's not original, khalas, it becomes heavy. Fir'aun. Now, if the ra has musaytir, for example, musaytir, fadhakkir, sakin preceded by kasra, not followed by isti'la, because we're stopping on it. Third case, if the ra has sukoon, is preceded by sakin letter other than isti'la letters, and that letter is preceded by a letter with kasra. Hijr, qadir, same thing. Hijr. Finally, if the ra has sukoon preceded by ya sakina, and that ya is preceded by a letter with fatha. This means ya sakina preceded by ya ulli. Khair, dair, tayr, sayr, all of them. The sentence or the 4 words I chose to as a combination for these 4 cases: rih, fadhakkir, hijr, khayr. Rih, fadhakkir, hijr, khayr. Finally, the 2 cases, we explained them. If the 2 optional cases, if the ra has sukoon and preceded by a letter with kasra and followed by an isti'la letter that has a kasra, and we have only one word, firqin. So you say firqin or firqin. The last case, if the ra has sukoon, is preceded by a sakin isti'la letter. Sakin isti'la letter. And that letter is preceded by a letter with kasra, Misr and al-qitr. So we say Misr or Misr, al-qitr or al-qitr, qitr. Okay, صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Any question, guys, or suggestion? You want me to repeat anything? Anything was not clear? Any question about anything? here is the difference between the heavy ra. As you can see from the front is the same exactly. The only difference is from the middle of the tongue and the back part of the tongue. Here in the heavy ra, it's curved from the middle and the back part is raised. Here it's not curved and it's not raised. Ar, ar, ra, ri, ra, ri, ra, ri. It's only about the tongue. وصلي اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, next class should be the final one for the ra. And please get ready for the test of the previous sections. I have one student, mashallah. She is done with the 4 first sections. The first 4 tests she's done, and she's ready for the next. And she, in the previous course, she did 4 more. So she's almost done. And some of you did not even take the first test of the first section. So please study them and prepare before they are accumulated. And then, you know, one of your brothers, he finished almost 1 year ago. And he's ready to start the final khatma. But he didn't start. Why? Because he did not take the tajweed tests. So don't fall in the same trap. And now after 1 year, he's coming and he's telling me, Yallah, I want now to take the test. And I'm not gonna let him or anyone read the final khatma or start it without taking at least the first test. So this is how it will go. I mean, you cannot fool me or fool yourself in this. So you take test, you read a little bit. You take a test, you read a little bit. By the time you end the test of Aljazariyya, you end the final khatma and you get the ijazah, inshallah. So I hope this is clear. I mentioned this so many times and it's in the application as well. And I hope you are aware of this. Barakallah feekum, jazakum Allah khairan. Sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Keep me in your dua.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, Shu'aba starts next week, right? Not tomorrow?
Yeah, inshallah.
All right, inshallah.
Barakallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh.